Hello everyone, I'm Joanne and welcome to my craft room. So in this video we're going to make a nice birthday card. A few videos back when I was first starting to do some foiling and stenciling, I got the beautiful, absolutely beautiful Ina's Alphabet. It's from Spellbinders, and there was a video way back and we cut out, I stenciled and we cut out the alphabet. And then I used the plate to make the other side of the foil, and then we made solid letters also. So I have a combination. Well, I was making this card, and I thought it would be fun for after I did the stenciled one that has the ink, that we would do the foiled one. And if, let's see, 2 videos back, I made some background stencils. I made some background paper using the Modern Lines foil plate right here. And I did like 4 different cards with that. So I'm going to be using that piece for this one because we're going to use the other side of the foil. You know how I've been showing you, you foil once and then you get that flat plate, and then you foil the second time and you get a solid image. I thought this looked absolutely beautiful on that gold, and it's just shimmer on top of shimmer, and it looks wonderful. So I'm going to put this over here because we're not ready for that yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our little envelope. Get a little stamping done. I'm going to use, it's Daffodil Delight and Bermuda Bay, but use like a blue and a yellow. And I'm using from Sweet as a Peach, I'm using this little, it's so cute, right? That little stamp right there, just to have some fun with. So let's get this out. Let me get a mat. And I'm going to go all the way up the side of the envelope with this. Let me go this way. Just like that. This is the 3rd video that I've done today. I love my new camera setup. So I'm going to just space these out and stagger them. And then in the other spaces, we're going to put the Bermuda Bay. And so I think it's my camera setup. I'm so excited that everything's like up out of my face, and I'm really, really happy about it. That I'm just like, oops, I went into, let's move that ink. I was talking and went into the Daffodil Delight instead of the Bermuda Bay, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so there's our envelope, and I'll just put that to the side, and I'm going to clean that off a little bit. And let's see, I have a card base here, and I'm using a Bermuda Bay card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. It will open like that. And then this is just a white piece of cardstock, 4 3/4 by 3.5, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the same type of stamping. I'm just going to do 2 in the blue and 1 in the yellow, and then 2 in the yellow and 1 in the blue. Just like that, and you can write your sentiment in there. So that's wonderful. Let's go ahead and attach this to the inside of the card. Now, one of my big things now is I'm not allowed to order any embellishments, okay? So like I have restrictions upon myself. I'm grounded from paper. I'm grounded from embellishments. But I will say, when I finish this card, I will have used up all of one kind of gem that I had in there. So I just have 3 to use of it. I had 6, so I used it on the first one. Then I'm going to use it on this one too. There we go. And here's the little gems are up here. I think it came from something that was like with a wave, and it was a special release or something like that. I can't even remember. Anyway, okay, so now let's go ahead and let me move this out of the way. I think we're done with that. And let's go ahead and mount this on here. Now, of course, you could put it up if you wanted to. I'm just going to put it down flat because my letters will be up. Popped up with whatever type of dimension you have. That's another thing that I had to try the Gina K Connect glue because there was a Black Friday special, but I'm not allowed to buy adhesives or anything puffy that has adhesive on it because there's so much of it that I found when I purged this craft room. It was really kind of funny. Okay. So, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, I love that. And I love that we made this a couple of videos ago, but now we're right here, you know, putting it together. And then the letters were made way at the beginning when I did the Ina's alphabet. And so I'm really excited that I'm using these letters and everything. Okay, now let's move this aside. This is just a scrap piece of Bermuda Bay, as you can see. I'm going to work up in this area here. I have the happy birthday. This is from The Sweet as a Peach, but I just want the word happy because, of course, we are, you know, using the letters to make birthday. So I just want the word happy, and I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to block out birthday right here, okay? Just with that tape, just like that. Let's bring in, we're going to emboss. Oh, I forgot to hook up my heat gun. Hang on. Let me get this plugged in really quick if I can, underneath my table. There we go. All right. So a little embossing buddy. Little embossing pal, whatever any company has that has this little tool that has the powder in it. It takes away the oils from your fingers on the paper so that when you do a stamped image in Versamark and then use your embossing powder, it you know, you don't have a lot of little flecks and stuff all over the place. Okay, now we're going to use the Versamark because I'm going to emboss in white, and we just want to pick that happy up, okay? But you know, it's okay to get it over there on the birthday. Versamark is sticky and gooey so that it'll stay wet long and you can get things embossed. Oh, let me get a pad again. Whoops. Because I really want this to come out nice. Now, your first instinct is to stamp, right? No. Try to remember, and I can't tell you how many times I have forgotten, to remove the tape. See, there's no ink on the word birthday. And I'm just going to stamp happy. Just like that. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. And I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to get out my white embossing powder. These are just little crayon boxes. I got them at Walmart. And I'm going to put the embossing powder over the happy just a couple, 3 times. Make sure that it's on there. And look, there's no little spots. Might be some over here, but I probably didn't get any powder, you know, but that's not going to matter. We're going to cut that back. But that's perfect, okay? All right, let's put that away. And let's close this up. And then these up here, these are the smallest little command hooks that you can get. And these are ice cream spoons. So we'll do that. And now I'll just turn on the heat gun. Let that heat up just a second. And we're just going to turn this into what looks like a shiny white paint. I used to be afraid to emboss. It intimidated me. But I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I really like it. And honest, it's very fast. You get great results really, really fast. So you gotta look in the light. If it's all shiny, I don't see some shiny down here on the bottom of the H. When it's all nice and shiny, you're done. And it is wonderful. All right, let me move this aside. Now I'm gonna bring this little trimmer in that I have. You use any size trimmer that you want. And let me just cut this back. This is why I love scrap, right? So, I think we've exhausted that though. And now I'm just going to trim this out. And we'll make it straight as we trim it. Okay. So just get your little word in there, as you know, as thick as you want it or as thin as you want it. So you know, you cut it a couple of times. I'm going to cut the top again, bringing it a little closer to that H there, but not chopping off the top of it. There we go. Let's see what we look like there. I'm going to take off a little bit more on the bottom. You're like, whoa, she's going to do a little bit here and a little bit there, and all of a sudden we're going to be doing it again. Right? No, that came great. Get these snips right here. And then I'm just going to angle cut the word happy. Just like that. I know sometimes, you know, sometimes it doesn't, I don't know what happens, but you just can't get it cut on the on a straight line for, I don't know how many times you go through it, but like it won't happen. I just constantly cut it crooked, and I know if that's happened to me, it's happened to everybody. Okay, so here's this one. Let's go ahead and get a dimensional and place it right here. Okay, just like that. Use any foam adhesive that you have. And let's go ahead and put the word happy right up here in this corner. Just like that. That's great. Just like that, okay? Now, let's do birthday. We're going to start with the I first. And we're going to put that in the middle. Or what looks to be, let's see. The middle is right about there. And you know, I'm not one to measure, okay? I'm just not one to measure. You know, it's handmade, not Hallmark. B-I-R. It's going to look great. Look how pretty these letters are up against that gold with that teal. And then the Bermuda Bay, right? I think they look great together. B-I-R. Okay, T-H. So the T, you want to bring that over a little bit here. H. Whoop. Just like that. That T would be nice and straight at the top, right? That looks good. And then D-A-Y. And again, because we have the 3, I'm going to go with the I, taking the middle of the A, and I'm going to start with the middle letter first. And let's do the D. This came out quite well. I was worried I was going to have to, you know, like move things around like they were magnets, you know. But, because you never know, especially when you're filming. Crazy stuff can happen. Look at how pretty that is. Happy birthday. I think the day can be scooched over a little bit, don't you? Just a little bit. You're going to be just fine. There. Okay. Let's hope we can peel this up. Okay. When you're doing something like this, go slow. Okay, I like that better. Very much so. Happy birthday. Ah, I love it. Isn't that pretty? And then on the inside, we have our little kind of a starburst. Now let's use our little gems. And I'm just going to put a little trio up in this corner. And they're going to look fantastic. This card is so shiny and it's so happy. And look, I used all the gems up. Yay. Rhinestones or whatever we want to call them. How pretty is this? I love it. Here is a wonderful set of birthday cards with using the Ina's alphabet when we did the foiling, and then we used the flat foil plate and we got the other side of the foil. I've made 2 cards out of my little box here of all of my letters, and then there's sentiments in there. How much fun is that? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.